Anya Taylor-Joy et Chris Hemsworth ont vécu un tournage vraiment intense sur Furiosa, A Mad Max Story. Tournage dans le désert, explosions et cascades, soucis météo, ils nous racontent.
I have to be honest, I would take it being real every single time because any kind of potential risk that you have, like the beauty of this is that yes, we're doing things that are very dangerous, but when you're working with somebody that's as exacting as George, it's been tested so many, like something would have to go really, really, really wrong for something to be bad. But it also just gives you such energy. I don't think you can match it in any other way. When your day begins with start your engine and you listen to like 50 bikes all turn on at the same time, you're like, whoa, okay.
I've been on some big sets before that have a combination of beautiful sets as well as special effects, and this was kind of in the similar space, but probably one step further. We shot out in Broken Hill, where the first film was shot, in the desert, in a landscape that was so familiar and nostalgic to all of us, and yeah, it was loud and noisy. And awesome.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it's still scary, but fear makes you commit.
Does it make you want to try to do your own stunts as much as you can because of the realness of it?
Absolutely, but also I think that's something that's particularly important to George. Like I know when he and I first met, he was asking me a lot of questions about that, and I was like, listen, I'll do whatever you let me do. If I can make it work, I'll make it work.
It's the fun part, you know. Even if you do your own stunts, your stunt partner or performer has spent months prepping it for you anyway, so it's a beautiful sort of collaboration and dance between the two of you. As you said, it's like being a kid, you know, you're playing dress-ups, you're like, let me in there, and occasionally the producer or someone will say, yeah, it's a little...
Let me in.
Insurance
like, nope.
companies on the phone go, no, they're not doing that. George is the most nurturing, calm, everyone okay? Good, yep.
Yeah.
Action, crazy,
literally everything explodes. Then he's like,
everyone okay?
That was cool.
How was everyone, you know? The intensity between action and cut is what you see on screen, but the environment he creates around that is very sort of inclusive and feels safe and nurturing. And it's a tough one to reconcile when you meet him and then you realize, hang on, how did you produce this violent, chaotic world of the wasteland from the, from that, this sort of what we see when we meet him. Pretty incredible.
You know what was really crazy? There's like this bizarre universal law that every time George Miller wants to make a desert movie, it starts pouring with rain. Anywhere. Like, honestly, if there's drought anywhere in the world, send him and get him to make a Mad Max movie. Like, it will start to rain. We got torrentially drowned, essentially. And it was really crazy to do it. Like, I remember there was one day where I came in and the war rig was like on floaters, essentially, because just the studio had flooded. So that was quite...
Yeah,
quite
the fact
crazy.
that it looks as dry and barren as it does. I mean, certain days were that, but it was in winter time anyway in Australia, and so we were kind of dodging the weather, unlike Fury Road, where, yeah, it was incredibly hot.
Did you feel the kind of pressure to being a character that had been introduced before and in a movie that become an instant classic?
I think the brain does an interesting thing where all of the reasons to not do something, they just stay really far away until it's way too late. And then, like, you finish the movie and you go, oh my God, like what? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. But I think approaching it as a fan was magical. Like, I've not had the experience before where I could be on set and look at it and be like, wow, I'm so happy to be here as an actor, but I'm also just thrilled to be here as a fan, and I have ideas as a fan that I can just say, like, I want to see this. Like, please, let's do it.
Yeah, there's always a little bit or a lot of fear walking onto a set, creating a character, whether it's a pre-existing franchise or whether it's something entirely new. It's the kind of, don't screw it up kind of thought, but that's a pretty good motivator too. And it's just about tempering that and making sure it doesn't spill over into a complete sort of anxiety-ridden experience, but it keeps you busy. Well, make sure you commit, make sure you do your research, make sure you learn the lines, make sure you know every odds and ends of the character. And as you say, it's kind of you get to the end of filming and going, oh God.
Oh no.
Konbini!